Hello, hello. Talking about weight training. Maybe I should put something up on the board, I was thinking. That's what I was thinking. So, I do have this big ass board. Oh wait, I would have to put it on reverse. So let me see if I can flip. Oh, I can't flip. So everything is going to be backwards. All right, never mind. Well, let's talk. Put my big ass board. You know, I was going to do that and then I kind of ran out of time and realized, yeah. So I will do, what I want to talk about is strength training for women. And I know I put a post up about it today, and it's so important when you are, as a woman anyways, but as an aging woman, which I hate that, right? I hate that. But in your 40s, definitely you want to make sure that you are weight training. And if you've already started, then to make sure that you're maintaining that. But as you move into your 50s, it becomes even more important to make sure that you're maintaining your muscle, but also building your muscle. So what happens is if you don't have muscle on your body, then your metabolism slows down. And then you'll see, like, there's a difference between the ladies that are, you know, they're in shape and they're doing their thing, right, when they're in their 80s. And then there's a difference between the ladies that are just like barely walking and they can barely get across the street, right? And a lot of that has to do with muscle mass. So if you aren't working on your muscles, then you are decreasing your muscle mass. And that happens from the age of right about 35, you start declining. So to prevent that from happening, you just have to stimulate that muscle. And it doesn't have to be this intense weight training program. You can get this done in 3 days a week, but you have to do it. And I got a lot of comments of people saying, you know, that they can't do it because of injuries or something like that. But I think, you know, I don't want to be mean, but I call bullshit on that, because there's a guy that works out at my gym who wheels himself in on his wheelchair, his legs, he is paralyzed. And he works, every time I am in the gym, he is in there working out. The guy is paralyzed from the waist down. So your injury is not as debilitating as you think that it is. So don't use that as an excuse. You can still do something, right? I understand maybe you have arthritis and that you can't grip a weight. So maybe you're using 2 hands to do something, right? Maybe you're doing band work or something different. Maybe, you know, it just looks different, but relying on that as an excuse to not do it that's not going to get you the results that you want, right? And that's just, you know, if you don't want to do it, then don't do it. But I'm saying why you should do it. And that is going to be a game changer for you, especially as you move into 40s, like 45, moving into 50s, going into menopause, perimenopause. That is going to make a huge difference for how your body changes or stays the same or improves, right? The big difference is going to be strength training. So cardio doesn't do anything for your body. So this whole working out to get skinny thing, that's not working anymore, right? So you should be working out to improve your strength, to improve your metabolism. Cardio doesn't do that. So you know, weight training, yes, it will burn some calories, but it's not about the calorie burn. It's about increasing your metabolism. It's about getting stronger. It's about putting muscle on your body. It's about increasing your metabolism so that you burn more calories at rest, not having to do anything. So that is where the magic lies in weight training. And I think the focus is like, oh, I have to just kill myself doing cardio and burn all these calories. And I think is the burn to earn or the earn to burn, right? So you're either burning off something that you felt like, oh, I shouldn't have had that, or you're working out to earn some calories. Like, oh, I have a weekend, so I'm going to do this. Like we see this a lot with Thanksgiving, right? A turkey trot or whatever, so you can earn those calories. It just doesn't work like that. Like that is not how your metabolism is based. You're not going to burn off calories and then be able to replace them, or replace calories that that's you're not going to be able to burn off calories that you have already eaten. So when you do cardio, all you're doing is your body metabolism now needs more calories for your body. So you don't actually burn calories off of your body. So it doesn't work like that. It doesn't equate to fat loss. And especially if you are already under eating, then it's doing more harm than good. So, but I'm here to talk about weight training. So does anybody have any questions about weight training? Like how many days a week should you be weight training? What should you be doing? I should have put together a board, but you want to focus on 5 things, right? You have a squat. So there are 1,000 variations of squats, but I'm sure you've done a squat challenge. I know I have, where you start off with like 50, then you do 100, and then you do 150, and you think, oh my God, my butt's gonna look amazing. And then you get to the end of the challenge where you're at like 250, 300 squats. Does your butt look amazing from doing that? No, because you don't have any weight on that, right? So we gotta add weight. So squats are actually for quads, right? That's predominantly what you're going to be working with a squat pattern. So coming down, and there are so many different variations of squats. You could hold on to a bench and do like a one-legged pistol squat. You can do TRX pistol squats. You can do, with a heavy weight, like sumo squats. So there's a bunch of different variations. You don't have to go into a squat rack and put weight on the bar and then drop down into a squat, right? There's a lot of different ways that you can do a squat. So number 1 would be a squat pattern. Number 2 would be a hinge pattern. So like a deadlift or something. These leggings are so old. They're all stretched out. I love them though. I love the size. All right, let me get to some questions here. Does the same apply for women in surgical menopause and on HRT? Yes, it applies to all women. It applies to all women, but especially women who are in their 40s, in their late 40s, in their 50s. Especially, we want to make sure that we're maintaining muscle mass that we have. Because if we're not maintaining it or building it, we're losing it, and we definitely don't want to lose it. This works for men or women. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you so much for the rose. I appreciate it. So the second one is going to be like a hinge pattern. So that would be any of your deadlifts. So a traditional deadlift would be heavy bar. So a deadlift is coming down, nice flat back, and you are going to let go of the slack in your back, and then you're going to come up to standing. Boom. So a deadlift is going to work back, also hamstrings and glutes, and then you're also going to get some quad work with the deadlift. Then there's like a Romanian deadlift, or where you're just coming back, right? That's going to put some more emphasis on the hamstrings, and then tie in with that glute, right? When you come up to squeeze. So that's like a hinge pattern. Also, any kind of a lunge or a Bulgarian split squat, those are the best for your butt. The best. They suck so bad too. And then you have your thrust. So that's like booty work, where you could be on the ground, and then you can hip thrust, do a bridge, something like that. You're going to get a little bit of abdominal work, but it's predominantly for the booty. Then you want to do some kind of an overhead press. This could be just with dumbbells. This could be with a barbell. This could be with a machine. That you want to incorporate something like that, an overhead press. And then you want a chest press, a bench press. Again, barbells, dumbbells. You could do it with bands. And then the last thing is a row. That's strictly for back, but you're also working your abs. So you could do overhand grip, or you could do underhand grip. Overhand is going to work more towards the outside of the back. Underhand is going to concentrate more on the rhomboids, in the middle of the back, right? So different hand placements are going to give you different results. You could do one arm rows, which I like a lot, to strengthen both sides of the body. And then there's also the push and pull movement. So pulling down, like for a lat pull down to work the lats. And then obviously you want to do some kind of core work. And with that would be like any kind of variation of a plank, any kind of a forward forward flexion, so some kind of a curl, or you could do like a cable curl, and then something which is an anti-rotation. So if you had a band, I should have brought a band up here. If you have a band attached to like the doorknob, and then you just pull it out, and that's going to work. So you could do, it's like a pal-off press, or you could do like stir the pot or something like that. So that's the core movements right there. So how you set that up is up to you. I like for 3 days a week, then I would focus on, legs, butt, shoulders, a little bit of back, and some abs on the first day and the third day. And then on the second day, the middle day, I would focus on chest, a little bit more back, and arms, right? Triceps and biceps. And that's how you set up a full body program. When you do 4 days a week, you're going to go upper, lower, or lower, upper, lower, upper. I like to start my week off with squats. I think guys like to start off their week with bench. And I know my trainer, when he started me off, he was like, okay, so Monday is chest day. And then I get to the gym and like, all the guys are on the chest. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather do squats anyways. So let's go. Let's start with the squats. So it's just funny. Like the guys will concentrate. They want arms, right? They want arms and chest. That's what they focus on. And us ladies, we want booty, we want shoulders, and we want abs. So what do we got? My husband had the Pfizer vaccine, and now he wants to buy a Versace handbag and a leopard print bikini. And, all right, how much weight should you start with? So that is super dependent on you. I think I want you to lift. I think the goal is to lift as much as you can safely. So the goal is always to push yourself to encourage muscle growth. And, those 5-pound dumbbells, that might be a challenge when you first start. But then when that exercise starts getting easy, then it's time to up the weights. So if you are a beginner, which I have a feeling that you might be if you're asking this question, then I would start with a rep range of like 8 to 12 reps. Actually, maybe I would go like 10 to 12 reps. So it shouldn't be that hard. You should be able to get in the 10 to 12 reps. If you can barely get in 12 reps, then that's good, right? But if you feel like you could keep going, then that weight is way too light and you need to get a heavier weight. So that's how you gauge it when you first start out. And then as you progress, then I would put you into a lower rep scheme. And that just means that you would be doing heavier weights. But you don't want to do that right to start off with, right? So what else? Oh, thank you. Can you do 3 in a row and then 4 days off? You can, but it's really not. The best way would be workout, rest. Workout, rest, workout, rest. So for 3 days a week, like it's perfect during the weekday, but doing all 3, I think you lose, then you're going 4 days where you're not doing anything, right? So I don't love it, but if that's all that you can do, then that's all that you can do. Oh, thank you very much. All right. How to lose weight if jelly baby? Could you be a little bit more specific, please? Over the treetops. How to lose weight of jelly belly. Yeah, if you could be a little bit more specific, what are you struggling with? Started with 5, went to 10, and now I have 15s. Nice, Leah. Yeah, or Lee. So that's the way to go, right? And I know weights are expensive right now. I know they're gouging on the prices for sure and taking advantage, which stinks. But what you can do is, and this is what we did during COVID for all my clients, because a lot of my clients, so I train online. I'm an online nutrition coach and fitness trainer, and I had to pivot, right? I had my own gym that I had to close because it was too tiny I could only have one person at a time. Well, that's not really a gym, because of the spacing, the guidelines and stuff. So I had to close my gym. and I had to pivot to online. So now I am online nutrition and training, and I deliver my workouts into your home. But when we were struggling with weights, so everybody was coming to me, I had all the weights, and then they were looking for weights. And so believe it or not, kitty litter, right, in the plastic, they come in all different sizes. So if you don't have any weights whatsoever, you can get it. It comes in 5s, it comes in 8s, it comes in 10s, 12s, 15s. There's 16 pounds, there's 20, there's 25. So I think there's like a 30-pound, which is really good, like if you're going to do like a sumo, right? Because it has the handle and you can hold it good, and so you can actually get some good weight. In fact, you could hold 2 of those suckers, right? And really get a workout in for short money, because I think those, like even the most expensive one was like $16 for the big one. So there are different ways to get around it. You're not going to be able to do every single exercise. Like it's very awkward to do a bicep curl with them because it doesn't follow the arc. But you know, definitely you can do any kind of row. You can hold it like a sandbag kind of and drop down into squats. So there's so many options. All right, there's some questions here. But anyways, Leah, I'm so excited for you. What if you want to lose weight but build muscle? So same thing applies. Just start lifting. Start lifting. Make sure that you're getting in plenty of protein, healthy aging mama. And then you just want to be in a slighter deficit. You don't want to be in too large of a deficit if you want to build that muscle and maintain. And same thing over the treetops. Okay, so yeah, it's... Have you watched What the Health and Forks Over Knives? Yep. So I think I answered the questions for now. All right, so definitely focusing on weight training is going to be very advantageous to, number one, building up your metabolism by increasing your muscle. Also, make sure that you are not into too low of a calorie deficit so that you can actually build the muscle. So make sure that you get on plenty of protein on board, right? From whatever products that you enjoy, products, animal protein, there's plant protein, and to get in 0.7 to 1.0 grams per pound of body weight. If you are significantly overweight, then go by your ideal body weight, right? Something that's realistic. So I wouldn't recommend that you go over like 170 grams of protein. So if you are like 220, then go 0.7 of that weight, and then that would be your goal. But if you are, I'd say you're 160 pounds, right? 160 grams of protein, that's a lot. So I would start at the lower end and then work your way up to that 160 grams of protein. Good protein sources are like cottage cheese, non-fat Greek yogurt, eggs are great, cheese is great, chicken, turkey, any of the meats. You got salmon, you have halibut, scallops, you know, fish, tuna, I love tuna, deli meat, things like that. So it depends on, like with deli meat, I get just like the roasted kind. I don't get anything with too much flavors, just because there's more chemicals and they're gonna have a lot of sodium. So I do like the Applegate Farms deli meat, and I also like boar's head, and I also like the boar's head buffalo chicken breast, right? So I make sandwiches with the buffalo chicken breast all the time. Put a little ranch on there, put a pickle on there, put it on a high fiber wrap. When I'm gonna make a sandwich like that, I'm gonna use 6 ounces of deli meat, right? Because I want my lunches, all my meals are between 40 to 50 grams of protein. So I'm getting in 150 grams of protein. I am right now 120 pounds. I'm usually like right around 125. I could go up to 130. So I am pushing for more protein so that I can build more muscle. So by having more muscle, it makes it easier for me to maintain a weight. And then if I'm looking to do something, so I have a photo shoot on Monday, if I'm looking to do something, then it just takes me a short amount of time to lose that 5 pounds or 10 pounds. So I don't necessarily stay lean all year long, right? I'll go up to like 130 over the winter, and I'm 5'4", if anybody's wondering. So, and I'm 53 years old. All right. All right, so is cardio better for losing weight? I was saying, is cardio better for losing weight or cardio? Cardio is not great for weight loss. It is great for maintaining, but it's not great for fat loss, believe it or not. I need to lose 10 pounds. It's hard. 54 and 136 pounds. All right. So I would look first, how much protein are you eating? And again, get started with the weight training, and then just look at how many calories are you eating overall. And it could be that you are not consuming enough calories, right? That's been super common. So a lot of the clients that I've taken on the past, past 3 months have all been in a reverse diet protocol. And that is because they're not eating enough calories. So they're coming to me, they're like, I don't know what to do. I'm in my 50s. I'm doing all this cardio. I'm not hardly eating anything, and I still can't lose weight. And I'm like, well, I know what's going on. You're not eating enough weight. You're doing too much cardio, and you're in your 50s, right? So you got to flip the switch on that. And you can't do that anymore because it's just not going to work. So drop the cardio. Increase the calories for a little bit, probably 8 weeks to 12 weeks, to rebuild the metabolism so that you can then go back into a fat loss phase. But if you're just going to stay low calorie, you can't lose weight. Your body is not going to let you. Instead, it's just going to pack on fat. It's going to hoard that fat, and you are just going to get larger and larger and larger instead of smaller and smaller and smaller, which is what you are wanting, I'm sure. So you just need to flip that switch. And that's what happens when you're in your 50s. All right, what calorie range? So it really depends on, and what your goals are, and what your stats are. So what I would do is I would calculate maintenance calories using any kind of a nutrition calculator that you can find online, and then take away 300, no more than 500 calories for weight loss. Now, if you look at that number and you go, holy shit, I am going to gain weight on that amount of weight, on that amount of calories, then, my friend, you need a reverse diet protocol. All right, so go to the link in my bio, and I have a podcast that I do called Mastering Menopause, and there are quite a few podcasts on why 1,200 calories sucks, why calories sucks for fat loss, a reverse diet protocol, the diet before the diet, right? Thinking of your weight loss journey as like a marathon, so you have to train for that actually, instead of just constantly being diet over diet after diet after diet, right? It's something's got to give. You have to reset your body. You have to repair, reset, and restore your metabolism before it's going to be ready to go into a fat loss phase again. So check out those options. You can also follow me on Instagram or Facebook. I do a lot more long content on there, and I also have a blog, and I also have YouTube videos. So your girl ain't lazy, right? There's a lot of resources out there. I'm not the only one that's talking about a reverse diet protocol, right? But a lot of women have just never heard this. They're like, well, how is it possible that I would eat more calories and lose weight? Ladies, this is what weight training does for you, right? So, boom, right? Get the weights, start building that muscle, and that lets you eat more calories because you need those calories to go into your muscles, and then you're going to be burning more calories at rest. So that's the beauty of weight training. You get to eat more, and you get to lose weight doing that. So just take a look at that. So let's see. You have a goal, would like to achieve in the next year. I don't. I have a photo shoot that I'm doing on Monday, and then I will go back to. So I guess my goal for the year coming up would be to get on another 5 pounds of muscle, which will take me, I don't know, half a pound a year, half a pound a month. Take me 6 or 7 months, right? It'll be just in time. So I always do a build phase. So I'll be like, so this September, this is a little bit late for me to do a photo shoot, but I'm gonna have October, November, December, right? Holidays, woohoo! January, first of the year, right? Everybody's going on a fucking diet on January. Not me. I'm building, baby. So I got February, March, and then maybe April. I might be thinking like, where am I? How much weight have I gained? 10 pounds. If it's only 10 pounds, then I don't really need to go into an aggressive diet. But this last year I was very aggressive, trying to put on as much muscle as possible. So I was eating as much as possible. I did put on 20 pounds. So I had to take 20 pounds off. So I got ready for a photo shoot that I just did in July. So so my goal is to put on more muscle. I am going to be just as aggressive, but try to keep the weight gain to the 10 to 15 pound range for myself. Age goals. All right, you are very welcome. How about carbs? All right, so I eat to maintain and to build. I'm at around 19 to 2200 calories. So there's only so much protein you can eat, right? So at 150 grams of protein, so there's 4 calories per gram of protein, and same with carbs. So with 150 grams of protein, that's 600 calories. So that leaves me with 1400 calories that I still have to eat, roughly. So of that, 30% of the 2000 calories is going to be from fat, and then the rest is going to be carbs. So we're looking at, like, for me, it's a freaking party, right? It's 200 grams of carbs, give or take, right? So I might do like a little bit of carb cycling, where I would have like lower carbs on my non-training days, but lower being like 175, and then I would bump it up to that 200 calories of carbs, 200 grams of carbs. So that's what's going to give me the energy. You got to have carbs. You got to have carbs, right? They're I know they're demonized, and I think when people think of carbs, they're thinking like pastries and things like that. Carbs are vegetables, they're fruits, they're whole grains, and then there's the fun stuff. Now, my fun stuff, right, might be different from your fun stuff. My fun stuff is chocolate and wine. So I have chocolate and wine. I have the freaking carbs to do it, right? So on my higher carb days, I also might do like a 5-2 strategy, where I'll have a little bit lower calories on those 5 days, and then save, and then have a little bit extra on the weekends. And so that means I could have a couple glasses of wine. I don't have to be as vigilant with my macros. I'm not that vigilant with tracking my macros in the off season. If I'm in a dieting phase, then yes, I'm going to make sure that everything's dialed in. I want to make sure I'm getting 150 grams of protein, but honestly, at this stage, I know what to eat, right? So I've been tracking for so long, I don't need to track it. So I know that this meal is 50 grams of protein. I know that this meal is 50 grams of protein. I know when I go out that I'm going to want 6 ounces of chicken. And I know a lot of times when you get the food and you're like, that's not 6 ounces of chicken, right? So I always double up on my meats. So I will always get chicken and shrimp. And then if I get extra, then I have something that'll be cooked, for the next day. So it's kind of a win-win situation. But yeah, I go out and it's like $35 for a salad because I'm getting 2 proteins on a salad, right? Although now is, I love butternut squash ravioli. Like, I love it, love it, love it. So, especially with like a brown butter sage sauce. So I'll save my calories. I'll save my calories for something like that. Maybe I'll just have 1 glass of wine, but the whole point is I don't avoid carbs whatsoever. I have bagels in the morning. I have English muffins in the morning. I do Egg McMuffins a lot. I have bacon. I have cheese. Those are to make everything flavorful. So it's not a matter of like, what can you not have? it's working in all the foods that you enjoy and that are going to work into your macros. So that's what I do with my clients is I have them track macros, and you don't have to do this forever, but this is going to show you how to work in the foods that you love. So for me, like I already have my standard breakfasts. I have 2 that I rotate through. So I put my breakfast in first, then I put my lunch in. Then I put in my wine and my chocolate. So then whatever's left is what I'm going to have for dinner. Well, maybe I'm going out that night and I do want the butternut squash ravioli, right? So then I'll look at my lunch like, all right, so maybe I'm not having a wrap or a sandwich. Maybe I'm just going to have a salad with the whatever the protein is on top. And that's how you manipulate your macros to have the foods that you want and then still hit your goals. So you can have whatever you want. You're still in your calorie range. You're hitting your macro goals, which would be the protein, the carbs, or the fats, and you're done. So, and then just do it over the next day. So I don't do a cheat day. For me, like I think when you say it's a cheat day, that's just a license to just eat like a hog, right? So I think if you're doing a cheat day, that you're just gonna go way over on your calories, and then you beat yourself up for that. Then you kind of feel like shit because of all the stuff that you had. So I don't do cheat days. I encourage everybody to have everything that they want during the week so that they don't have to have a cheat day, because nothing is off the table. Nothing, right? Those, like, if you want ice cream, have an ice cream, right? Then maybe the next day it's going to be wine. Maybe this day it's going to be like whatever, so that you don't have to set yourself up. Now, if you want to have an amazing meal, then have an amazing meal, right? If it's something that you wouldn't normally have that. Maybe make it a meal where you're like not necessarily worried about what's in that meal. But don't make it a whole day. That's all I'm saying. Let's see. All right. So as far as cholesterol goes, so you need cholesterol. Cholesterol is going to help, right? You need cholesterol in your diet. So a cholesterol from eggs is completely different from what you would find in a Big Mac. Okay. So, cholesterol is necessary for testosterone, and this is important for men and women as well, because women, we need testosterone. The testosterone gives us drive, it gives us energy, and it gives us a little bit of an attitude, right? So being low in testosterone isn't good for men or women, and so cholesterol has been demonized, especially with eggs. And it's not true, right? Cholesterol in food does not lead to high cholesterol or the clogging of the arteries. Now, there are bad choices that you can make as far as certain products, and if you have high cholesterol, then you would want to avoid highly processed foods. But that is not an egg. An egg is a perfect food, right? It has perfect setup of amino acids. It has a perfect protein profile plus fat distribution profile, and eggs are fabulous. So I can't say enough about eggs. I have 2 eggs almost every day. I don't have eggs every single day because I like to rotate my meals, just so that you can get the benefits of all the wonderful foods that are out there. So I don't limit myself to anything. Just like I wouldn't not have ice cream because it had sugar in it, right? Like, I think you can go too far with all the food rules. If there is something that you are intolerant to, then don't have that food, right? If you don't react well to a food, then yes, then that's something that you should avoid. But I know when I was in my 40s, in my mid 40s, all of a sudden I was reacting to everything. And that's because I had a shitty diet. I was working out way too much, and my body was under complete stress. So it was like kind of revolting against me. So I developed a whole host of food intolerances. And then once I dealt with that issue, healed my gut, then I was finally able to start incorporating foods. But it was weird foods, like I couldn't have like chickpeas. I still can't have black pepper. I have FD&C yellow number 6 I can't have, so things like M&Ms or certain frostings like on a cupcake or something like that, like I just can't have it. So I have to be careful with products that have FD&C yellow number 6. So, but so that's like a specific food intolerance, but foods, you know, demonizing certain foods because they have cholesterol or because they have sugar, it doesn't make sense unless it's something that you can't tolerate. So now we're not talking about weight training anymore. So the whole point, right, was to work on your body, work on your muscles. Cardio isn't going to get you the body that you're looking for if you are looking for a toned body, right? You can't exercise yourself skinny. It's going to be diet. It's diet, diet, diet. Diet number one. But to help improve your metabolism, weight training far outweighs, get it? Far outweighs any benefit of cardio. Cardio benefits your heart, but you can get the same benefits by walking every single day, right? So you don't need to sit there on that machine slugging away, wait until you burn whatever it is that you think you're going to be burning, right? You look at your watch, you're like, okay, so I burned the calories. You didn't, you know, this is just a estimate of what you burned, and it has so much to do. It's kind of like scale weight, right? When you hop on the scale and you're like, what the hell? I've been good all week, right? But the scale's up 2 pounds. Well, there's so many factors that go into that scale weight that don't have anything to do really with your weight. Same with cardio, right? You could be burning 400 calories, you could be burning 200 calories. There's so many factors that go into how many calories you burn. It's kind of the same thing. So, you know, you're all hanging your hats on the wrong numbers. Focus on improving your muscles, improving how much weight you can lift each week. Yes, you're not going to, you know, improve every single week, but you should be making improvements over the month. So make sure that you're tracking how much you are lifting so that you know, hey, last time I did dumbbell curls, I did 10 pounds with 10 pounds for 12 reps. And you make a note, like go up next week, and then then you pick up the 15s, right? And then you do, and you're like, oh, ooh, these are kind of heavy, right? And then you go and be like, all right, well, I got 10, so and then that's how you progress. And so then maybe the next time. Now I'm lucky in my gym that I have 17s because I think it's hard for females to go from like a 15 to a 20 with arm exercises and some of the shoulder exercises. So it's good to have that little halfway point. So the next time, so you'll be a couple weeks, maybe 2 or 3 weeks at that 15. So remember that, you know, this week when you picked up that 15 and you did it for 12 reps, well, or 10, then next week you get 12. And then the week after that you get 12. And then the next week you're like, I think it's time to go up again, right? So then you try, and then maybe you get that 17.5 pound weight, and then maybe you only get 8. But you know what? Hey, you got the 8. Go back, get that 15, crank out the rest of those reps, do that, and then the next time you'll be ready for that 17. So that's how you progressively overload the muscle. Doing the same shit over and over, and this is what I saw, and this is why I stopped teaching group classes, was because, and I'm sorry if you are a group X participant, because I did love my classes, I loved my ladies, but I looked and I was making sure I was in the weight room before I went down and did my class. So I already had a full workout. I didn't need to do this workout, so I planned the workout for them. And then I realized, like, they come in, they pick up the same exact weight, they're in the same exact spot, sitting next to the same person every single time. And they're just doing the same thing, and you know, I couldn't get them to pick up a heavier weight. They're like, nope, I'm good with this one. Like, but you've been doing that weight for the past 3 years, you know. So I realized it was really a disservice is these classes, but they're addicted to the burn, right? And so we'll sit there and, you know, doing burpees, and then they're getting tired, and then they think they have this great workout, right? Because they sweat and stuff like that, but there really wasn't any benefit. And then I felt kind of like, I'm like, it isn't beneficial. So I focused way more into weight training, definitely, instead of just like weights with cardio, or I just call it cardio with weights, when you're just doing this and you're running around, 30 seconds on, 15 seconds rest, you know. It's kind of bullshit. It's not going to get you the body that you want. So anyways, that was my little rant. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate it. If you want more information, right, follow me on either Instagram or Facebook. Check out my podcast, Mastering Menopause. Most of the episodes are on the short side unless I have a guest, and then those will be longer with a lot more information. Also, YouTube videos and blogs. And I completely forgot, I do have a free challenge. It's ongoing. It's a 5-day Menopot Meltdown Challenge to show you how you can shrink this Menopot. 5 days, absolutely free. The link is here in my bio. It's the 5-day Menopot Meltdown Challenge. So check it out. This week I am hoping to have my very own nutrition calculator on my website. So I'm very excited about that because I've been telling everybody, hey, go figure out your macros on a on an app. And so I'm going to have my own pretty soon. So I'm excited about that. So thank you very much. I will see you Sunday night. Sunday night we'll have some wine. Ah, shit. We're not having wine this Sunday. No, because I got a photo shoot on Monday. I'm going to miss my wine on Sunday. So I'll still be here Sunday night. I think what I'll do is I'm going to map out a 3-day-a-week full body program. I'm going to put it on that board and go over all the benefits of strength training and show the differences between training to improve your physique and build muscle, and the differences between that and just exercising to get skinny, right? So, all right. Thank you very much.